Yo, what up, Mark? How we doing? Welcome in, everybody. Getting ready to build a PC. On vacation? Shoot. Vacation sounds nice. It's been a minute since I went on a real vacation. How we doing, Akira? Thank you for the likes, by the way. I need one. Yeah, I've got some like short ones planned soon. We're going to Central Oregon next weekend for a little trip. Gonna go to a concert down there, and then like mid to late June, we've got a boys trip for a couple of my buddies have birthdays, and so we're gonna be having a like a golf trip. So we'll do like a 3-day long golf and Dungeons and Dragons trip because we're all nerds. Florida's so far away though. Yo, what up, Zachary? How we doing, dude? Florida's so far. It costs money to fly places. I've been to Florida as a kid. It was a long time ago though. I think we went to like Universal Studios or something like that. All right, let's talk about today's build. Well, you can see my belly on the vertical stream. That's awkward. So today's build is gonna be a great little gaming PC, kind of a medium tier budget. So we've got a Ryzen 5 9600X, got an RTX 5060 Ti. This is the 16 gigabyte version. We've got a terabyte of storage, 32 gigs of RAM, nice little B850 motherboard, 750 watt power supply, and a 240 millimeter AIO. And then all of this is going into the Montech XR case. I wish you have money. Yeah, I feel that. I feel it. It's really nice being able to like build PCs for people, because then I don't have to pay money to like get the enjoyment of building it. I actually get paid to do it. You are not Nick Cool. I actually know Nick Cool personally, and that's definitely not his name, so goodbye. Yo, what up, Easy? Sorry, your thing was covered by some pop-up from Twitch. I want to do a build with an SFF Optiplex. Do I have any TFX PSU recommendations? I assume you mean SFX. EVG, I mean anything like 80 plus gold. If it's like EVGA, Thermaltake, ASUS, they all make really good SFX power supplies. I know, right? Dude, I know I have pictures with Nick Cool. You're not Nick Cool, bro. Sorry. No, it's not a giveaway, Happy Boy. This is your dream gaming PC? This is a great gaming PC, I'm not gonna lie. This thing is gonna be killer. All right, let's start the build. Let's just get into it, you know? I'm ready, I'm itching. You fool. What's the best combo with a Ryzen 5 4600? You don't have a GPU? Maybe find like a used 2060 or something like that. I wouldn't spend a ton of money on a GPU just because it's an older CPU and it's gonna get bottlenecked, or it's gonna bottleneck a high-end GPU. So yeah, maybe something like a used 2060 or something like that would be a great great price point for you. And yes, I dressed nice today for work, so Now I have annoying sleeves to deal with all day, but that's okay. I did have my sleeves down all day, but I figured since we're gonna be building, I should probably roll them up, you know. What up, Moose Man? How we doing? Yeah, imagine trying to impersonate somebody that I know personally. Hilarious. Hilarious. Nice try, Discord bots. Doing good, looking to get another PC soon. Hey, let's go. How you doing today, man? What's going on? All right, first, Ryzen 5 9600X. Let's get this thing in here. Yo, thank you guys for the subs on the tubes. Appreciate that. What are you up to on this fine day, Moose? Look at that. 9600X. 6 cores of pure gaming power. All right, let's get our SSD in here. What CPU would you pair with a 3060? If you want to keep it on the cheap, if you go Intel, something like a 13 or 14 600K would be really solid. Or even like a 14 400, you know, one of the non-K models. If you go AMD, if you want to stay on the older platform, like a 5600X would be great. If you want to go on the newer platform, like a 7500F. There's a lot of options in that budget range, you know. Come on. Pretty sure that's supposed to come off. That was weird. Okay, I don't technically need to take this heat thing off the bottom because it's a 1 terabyte and there's no chips on the backside, but it's fine. Isn't that bottleneck for the CPU because the GPU is a 4060 Ti? It's a 5060 Ti. I mean, you're never gonna completely avoid bottlenecks. Like every PC, no matter what, is gonna have a bottleneck somewhere. Like that's just the nature of it. But this should be a very well balanced system. Like this is like super great 1080p gaming. You can also play any game at 1440p with this thing. I don't think there'll be any issues. Looking to build a gaming PC and make my own one to stream on. Oh, nice. Yeah, AMD, I would say, I mean, personally, I would still try to go AM5 if you can afford it, and get like a 7500F for like 130 bucks. That's like, you know, it's gonna get you on the new platform. Then you could eventually, like, if you need to, you upgrade your GPU and still be working pretty well. The 7500F is a Ryzen 5. It's their cheapest model, but you can really only find it in the US at like AliExpress. I bought one from there. No, F. It's an F model, so no integrated graphics. Yo, what up, Richard? How we doing? Total cost of this system? That's a great question. I think it was like $1,700. Yep, $1,745. Shipping, taxes, build fee, all that included. What up, Wes? How we doing? All right, CPU, RAM over here, SSD. Brain's not working. Brain hasn't come online yet. All right, let's get our mounting for our AIO on here. I don't think this is going to use the AMD brackets, so might as well put the CPU cooler block brackets on here. Budget is 1600-ish. Yeah, so you could get something similar to this just with like either a slightly lower end CPU or possibly like a slightly lower end GPU and be in really good shape. Yeah, this is a nice little build. It's unfortunate how expensive things have gotten that like even, you know, the more quote unquote budget tiered builds still cost almost $2,000, but there's not much I can do about increases in pricing, you know. It's an ASRock B850. It's the Phantom Gaming. Got some 3-to-1 there. As for mounting the AIO, there's my AMD brackets. Shouldn't need, I don't think I need anything else on here because I think those bolts, yeah, those are pre-installed. Okay, so we don't need anything else out of here. Lots of plastic to tear out. Let's just double check. Most of these thermal rights, these brackets go towards the CPU. But let's just double check that on this one. Yep, towards the CPU. Okay. Ooh, we can finally get our screwdriver out. Jeez. That one's so tight. There we go. Oh, that standoff's not coming out. No. This GPU, the 5060 Ti 16 gig, is around 500 bucks. The 5060 non-Ti is around 300 bucks, so basically the same price as the 4060. I don't think the specs works over there. Richard, since you're in the chat, can you drop in the specs to the TikTok chat? What up, MJ? How we doing? You would love a PC 14700K, 64 gigs of RAM. Ame? Is that, no, that's not, is that love? I can't remember. My Spanish is not the best. My Spanish is okay, but it's not the greatest. Thank you for those likes, MJ. Come on. All right. That is on there nice and tight. This is ready to go into our computer case. Okay, no worries. Yeah, MJ, you might have to go to one of the other streams if you want to get the specs. For some reason, it doesn't work on TikTok. Like, Botrix can't connect to it. I'm gonna max out your likes. Do it. Max it out. All the likes. All right. There we go. We are set up for ATX out of the box. That is great. So motherboard goes in. Okay, that looks like it's all lined up. The Montech XR, happy boy. Yo, what up, gamer? How we doing? You have an i3 6th gen? Dang. It's amazing that thing's still trucking. Don't know if we'll need these guys or not, but we'll grab them out just in case. Don't need the rest of that. All right. Quantum, thank you for joining in. Adam, you have nothing? Adam's still not in the PCMR. This is a good reminder that I need to schedule a time with you for an evening or weekend BIOS update. Oh yeah, did we never do that? I guess we didn't. I think it's only working on the horizontal stream, Richard. I don't know why. From Morocco? Nice. I have not been to Morocco. To be fair, I haven't been to that many countries, but. From India. Yeah, computer stuff in India is very expensive for sure. Like compared to people's income, computers are expensive for sure. He'll try to copy and paste the specs of this PC, but it didn't work. No, he's at work. That's why he's not able to do it for me. Yeah, I'm in the US. We're going to be using a Thermalright Frozen Prism 240mm AIO. I know it's a mouthful, but... Come on. I can't see it. Here we go. Oh, you tried to copy it? Oh, it might be too long. Yeah, pretty much all these, pretty much every PC you see me build live is already pre-sold. Like 99% of the PCs you see me build live are pre-sold. Going back to kick, all right. My dream setup is a 12th gen 20400 and a 4060. Oh, that'd be great. All right, so motherboard is installed. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Oop. Lost the zip tie. Swap those cameras over. Yeah, you can check out my website. It should be in the description of my page, just redneckengineer.com, and you can either like check out the ones that I have, like the pre-configured options. I also do a ton of custom stuff. So like this is a custom build, not a pre-built from my website. So you can either, just buy a pre-built, or you can look at, you can fill out the custom build form, which is free to fill out. You'll have to go through like a checkout process, but it's free. And then I will give you a quote based on how you fill out that form. It's kind of a hodgepodge. So the metal like ring at the bottom with the bearings I got on Amazon. I think it was like 90 bucks. And then this was just like a tabletop, like stool top thing that I bought at Lowe's. And then I painted it. All right, HD audio's in. Where's our USB 3? Oh, we've got 2 of them. I mean, this one will probably look cleaner, so let's use that one. Maybe. It's a tight corner. There we go. Got that. Got our USB-C. It's nice. This is like a very budget-friendly case, but it's got USB-C on it, It's very thoughtful of them. All right, so we got that. And we got a single front panel connector too. Love to see that. Love to see that out of a nice cheap case. Best case in terms of build quality, anything from Lee & Lee or Fractal Design, I think are personally what I would consider best build quality. Just built my first PC with a 9070 XT, 5700X 3D. What do you advise me to check and benchmark? I mean, I would benchmark, like do like a Furmark test with your GPU and stress test it, and then use like OCCT to do like CPU and RAM checks. Gonna start building my first PC 1 month from now, and I accidentally ordered an ATX case with an M-ATX motherboard. I mean, it will work technically. There's nothing wrong with using an M-ATX motherboard in an ATX case. It just looks a little funny. My son got all his parts for his build. We'll start that tomorrow. Hey, let's go. Amal, what do I do? Well, I mean, as far as this stuff is concerned, I build computers. I'm also an engineer. I work full-time and run my company, but yeah. As far as on the streams and stuff, we build PCs and make PC content. All right, let's get these case fans connected. Why is that so short? Oh, that's why. Okay, hopefully we have some more length now. No? Need more cable length. There we go. That's better. Let's see if we can get that to reach the bottom of the motherboard now. Yo, Zach, thank you for the gifted sub. Let's go. What's my monthly income? I'm not gonna say. My monthly income for this company, for the company I run, is very little. I don't make much right now. Pretty much all the money I make in the company gets reinvested right back into it. So right now for the company, not much at all. But I work full time too, so it's fine. Is the 5060 Ti 16 gigs worth it? Yes. I would say the 8 gigabyte version, probably not. I wouldn't really suggest buying it, but 16 gig, yeah. Okay. So let's get some of this stuff cleaned up in here a little bit. Cable management space in this case is a little tight, so we're gonna have to be pretty conscious of that as we go through this build. Kind of wondering, these are so tight at the bottom, how well we'll be able to cable manage that. We have an RGB header and an extra thing up there. I think we're gonna run these to the top instead. They're just, those cables just aren't long enough. There's that. So we have CPU fan 2. So we're gonna use CPU fan 2. Okay. Got that in there. This is going to be our 3-to-1 for our PWM FG. So I think they want you to put all the fans and the pump into the one header. What it looks like. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. The label on it is a little funky, but nope, they want you to put it in there. Okay. There's that. I have a question for you. I go for it. Not when 9060 is faster and costs less. Well, the 9060 hasn't come out yet, as far as I recall. I mean, it's coming out, but HD audio connects to the front panel here for like your microphone, headphone outputs. No, I'm not going to Dallas this week. They're having DreamHack in Dallas this week, but yeah, I'm not going to be there. Zach, this PC today is like, it was $1745 was the price. Okay, this stuff is all connected in now. Not even sort of cable managed at this point. I think I can clean this up a little bit. Well, I don't want to zip tie this yet because we're gonna have to do more later once the CPU fans get in here. So we'll just do this for now. Okay. All right, let's get some power cables in here. Upgraded my 800 watt power supply to a 1000 watt power supply for my 5080. Getting a black screen with the new power supply. Did you make sure to use the new power cables that came with the new power supply? Because you definitely can't use a new power supply with the old power supply cables. Unless it's basically the exact same model. Equinox, yes, I can see comments. I've been responding to them. Oh, I'm staying busy, that's for sure right now. Sales in the last month or so actually have been really good. So I'm pretty happy right now with that. Same redneck from AGB? Yes, sir. I mean, I'm not part of AGB technically, you know, like I'm not a veteran, but yeah, I have worked with the AGB guys. Yes, you can use a computer without a GPU with that CPU. Motherboard power, got it. Yo, what up, Barbie? How we doing? PCIe power, got it. Another PCIe power, got it. CPU power, got it. And that is all we need. Chilling, how are you doing? I'm doing good. We're having fun, we're building the computer. Business is good this last month. Can't complain. Come on. I have a friend and their GPU keeps crashing. Adobe, they did all the new updates and drivers and it persists. Has it been like just Adobe is crashing? Are they using like a studio driver or are they using a game driver? I mean, it shouldn't matter, but the studio driver is definitely much more tailored towards stuff like Adobe. Nice button up. I know, I dressed nice today for work, so I was like, well, I'm not changing just to build a PC, so you guys get to have me at my best dressed. I think that'll reach to this cheap power supply. All right, got that. Let's get our motherboard power cable in here. Used all the new cables, couldn't use the 12 HP power cable. Why couldn't you use the 12 HP power cable? Like, did it not have one or what? Just reminded why you don't follow Stone. Why is that? Yeah, it could be they need to like, it could be they need to do like a DDU uninstall and just like do fresh drivers, like a fresh driver install, like that could help a lot. ROG Strix G16 laptop. I mean, I have an ASUS laptop and I've never really had any problems with it. I've never used one of their ROG laptops though, so I don't really know. No, I can't give you anything, sorry. Wondering what the AI recommend this time. Why are you wearing gloves? One, to keep the PC clean while I build, and two, it helps avoid like getting a static buildup and discharging it onto the computer. You know, you get oils and stuff on your fingers, and then everything just has a little thumb fingerprint everywhere and stuff. Versus if I'm wearing gloves, I don't have to worry about it. Static shock isn't that big of a deal. Like, it's very hard to ruin PC stuff these days with static, but it still is just nice to not have to worry about that as well. Thinking of getting a 9070 XT and the height Y60. It should be fine. The 9070 XT isn't so big that it's right up against the glass, so you should be fine with it. He's got an audio effect that's trying to sound military in the comms. He tries to give her military. Oh, dude, he's been doing that for years. Like, have you not watched any of his commanding officer video, like YOLO videos? He's been doing that for like a decade. That was how he made it big. Was his YouTube videos like that. Yeah, that was how I found him. Like, he did it with, I started watching him when he was putting out videos for PUBG, and it was hilarious. Like, it's obvious he's not an actual, like, military person, but his videos are super funny. Okay, I'm like 90% sure this GPU requires 2 power cables, so I'm gonna try and get these out here to the front. How am I gonna get Windows on the PC? Same way I get Windows on every PC, with the USB drive, with Windows installation media on it. I mean, they are the same, so it's the same exact connector. There is no variance for the 12 HP power connector. So if the new one's not fitting, sometimes you just kind of gotta sit there and mess with it for a while to get it to fit. I've had a couple of them do that. Okay, so that is all in there. It's all plugged in. Good to go on that so far. I think we can get our CPU cooler in now. Actually, let's take these off too. Right. Thermalright Frozen Prism. How are you after getting shocked through the AIO cooler? Oh, I'm fine. It didn't feel good, but it was not that bad. It definitely cut my finger open a little bit, like under the nail, but it wasn't terrible. You don't enjoy big streamers anymore? Yeah, that's fair. Like, I've had a couple of brands that, like, that 12 HP power connector is super tight to try and get in there, and it took me like a minute or two of sitting there kind of like wiggling it back and forth and stuff to get it to actually fit in. So that's probably what needs to happen. Yeah, just make sure you're holding the GPU with one hand and trying to push in on the other hand so you're not breaking the PCB or anything. Got a question. What's up? Oh, sorry. I saw you commented earlier, Johnny, and I forgot to answer. Ask away, and I will do my best to answer. Away. Starting to, but all my parts. I'm hoping to build my first PC within the next couple weeks. Let's go. Dude, you're going to love it. Building PCs is honestly a lot of fun. Okay. So, gotta take this guy off. these guys get around my finger through here to the back side of the case. Like so. Same thing over here. Come on. Watch this balancing act. Boom, just like that. That's gonna go right up there. I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. Got to open these bolts up. Was wondering, it's almost time for me to build another PC, something that's heavy on gaming, more up to date. Do you let anyone pay by the month, or is it all in full? You can do payment plans through the website. It's all through a firm, so I don't personally do the financing at all anymore. I've done that a couple of times and it never turns out. Well, I've had a couple of bad experiences with it. So. Yeah, it's all done through the website, so it's through Shop Pay, where you can pay it off over time. You just have to apply for it through a firm, because Shop Pay is powered by a firm. And then if you're eligible, then you can do it that way. Should the GPU be installed in the motherboard or taken out to get that tight piece in? I've always done it with it in the motherboard still. I want to upgrade my PC. It's a Ryzen 5 5600, Ryzen A-Data XPG, 16 gigs. MSI A520. How much are you willing to spend? What do you want to do? There's a lot of things that you can do, but it all depends on how much money you have to spend. Okay. Get some thermal paste on here. This thermal paste doesn't want to stick to the CPU. Stay. All right, that's good enough. Okay. Took the plastic off already, great. Okay, we got that side on. That side is not on. Trying to find out where that thing is right there. gosh. Oh, not on there. I feel like these things are really not helping me right now. There we go. Okay. Whew. I honestly don't love the look of these clips on this one. I think we're just gonna go with 2. I don't think this one's gonna help anything. That looks nice and clean. Okay. All right, sounds good, Johnny. Been used to Intel. I want to upgrade your 4th gen Intel. Wolfman, you could take a look at my website and see the stuff that the pre-builds that I have. Even if you decide to like build your own or whatever, it could give you a pretty good idea of like what I recommend for a build. Okay, we got that. Now we got to get this guy back through here and plugged in up there. It's going to be a little tight, but we should be able to get it. As long as I can see what I'm doing. Huh? Get back out here. I really don't want to take the radiator back off to do this, so it will take twice as long to do it instead. Oh, I almost had it right there. Almost had it. Got it. Nailed it. Super easy. Totally easy. All right, let's hook up these RGB connectors together. Like that. Like that. Okay, so this is the pump and both fans connected together. I'll run that back out to the front. Okay, got that plugged in. All right, so that's all plugged in. Now we just gotta run our fans into this guy. PMWFG, I don't know what that means. Let me double check this user manual, because that's not what I was looking for. Yeah, let's do that. So there's that fan. Where's the connector for my other fan? There it is. Okay, so now I can start doing a little bit of zip tying up here. Seriously been thinking about swapping out the motherboards on the new one you did? On the white one? Yeah. I know now that the now that AMD has a variant, it's like it's pretty tempting. Is it scary to build the PC? It was the first time I built one. Nowadays, no. Okay, let's make sure that looks nice and clean up front. I want to pull this one a little tighter. And I'm gonna do one zip tie around all this to keep those tight. Okay, looks pretty good. Keep all that nice and bundled up. That all nice and bundled up too. Okay, just like that. This guy is long enough to go there. Okay. There we go. It's all nice and clean. There we go. Could wrap this on itself if we want. DDR4 and DDR5. DDR5 has much higher speeds, so much more beneficial for these newer CPUs. You have between $400 and $500 to upgrade it. I mean, honestly, if you're gonna do an upgrade, I would get, man, that's tough. Cause like that's a very cheap and old motherboard chipset. So like if you could go to like an X570 or something, that would be helpful. And do you even have a GPU yet? Like I would go to like an X570 or B550 motherboard and then get yourself, use the rest of the money to get yourself like a budget GPU. I know you don't remember me, but recently on your stream I was talking about a problem with my 5090 card. Turned out that one of the PCI 5 inputs in your power supply was damaged. Weird. Well, I'm glad you got it figured out. That's crazy. Find something on Java. Yeah, find like a GPU on Java. There you go. Okay. That is all set back there. Let's get our GPU in here. Bring this back up to a regular height. Just realized it was down there still. Yeah, I'm glad you figured that out, man. That's awesome. Yeah, Jawa.gg is awesome. I actually just sold the sleeper PC on Jawa.gg. I'm tempted to like start doing some like budget-friendly builds and then just selling them on Jawa, see how they do. Yeah, I didn't really make any money on it, but it was a really good project. And if Tia ever gets her ass in gear, she'll post the video, the long form video that I made for it. That is fully seated. Oh, you can post in their Discord too? Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, that's not fully seated. What the heck? That's fully seated. Want to send you a picture of my build, but I didn't get your Discord link. Try typing. I don't know if exclamation point Discord is working over there, but you can try typing exclamation point Discord. If not, I think it's in the video description. Or you could head over to the horizontal stream and it's definitely in there. Like Botrix is definitely working there. Also, I was wrong. This thing only takes one GPU power cable. So this one is just gonna sit down there. One of the GPUs I was testing, oh, it must have been the 7700 XT. I was like, one of the GPUs I was testing definitely took two power cables. Just a little baby GPU. Just a little baby. There it is. RTX 5060 Ti 16 gig with a 9600X, 32 gigs of RAM. There it is. Get this stuff back on it. Put our back panel back on. All right, let's see your favorite emojis in the chat right now. Favorite emojis. What are your thoughts on the productivity of the 9800X3D? I have one at the moment, but I'm contemplating 9950. I mean, compared to the 9950, it's definitely not going to be as good. It just doesn't have as many cores, you know. 16 powerful cores versus 8. It's going to make a big difference depending on what you're doing. Stream would like to edit YouTube videos. I have quite a few programs running while you're streaming. Yeah, it could be helpful to have more cores in that instance. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit worse in gaming. Yeah, Jan's right, but it like for productivity and while you're streaming and stuff, I think it'd be really nice. The case is a Montech XR. It's in the description with an affiliate link there if you're interested in it. Dave Knight, you just made it. Well, you're here. You're here in time to see the first power on, and you can always go back and watch the whole build. But it went nice and smooth. It was only an hour and 10 minutes. All right, y'all. So, Ryzen 5 9600X, terabyte of storage, 32 gigs of RAM, 5060 Ti 16 gig, 750 watt power supply, 240 millimeter AIO, the Montech XR. First ever power on. Here it is. Oh, it's so nice and quiet too. It's so quiet. I'm tempted to move this GPU power cable. I feel like that's way too far over to the side. Looks good? Yeah. Got that core to fit. GPU fans were on. Heard the startup sounds. Still black screen. Yeah, I'm not sure either, Kiwasabi. 9900X3D and 9950X3D are great for multitasking and gaming. But for gaming purpose, yeah. If you're just gaming, 9800X3D all day. Richard, 26 months it says. 26. That's crazy. Thank you. For today, GPUs better buy 1600 watt. That would be a little absurd. All right, one's in the chat if you think I should move this GPU power cable and have it come through like the bottom so it's not way off to the side. That's how it looks right now. Got a lot of ones already. All right. All right. The people have spoken. There we go. Is that better, everybody? Is that better? All right. Boom. Now what do we think? Now what do we think? Pretty schmexy. Looks better for sure, I agree. Nice! What up, Arcadia? How we doing? Do you have food? Can I have it? No, I have no food in the office right now. I think I ate the only snacks that I had the other day. It's your son's computer, he's going to love it. Hey, that's great. Thank you for joining in, Chad. Appreciate that. It's about 5 years old, 1080, 10850. Yeah, that's not terrible. Yeah, Jan, but like if it's working on one power supply and then it immediately doesn't work on the other power supply, I would imagine it's a power supply issue. It could be a dead on arrival. You know, it happens with everything. It's not as common with power supplies, but it can happen. I've had it happen to me. You have no computer? Buy one. Doing good, man. Playing Minecraft with the kiddos? Hey, love that. That's awesome. What, 187 itself? Hey, you're welcome, Dave. I appreciate you guys trusting me with your business, man. Ah, that's okay. PCs are fun though, and like, I mean, they're great for more than just gaming too, which is nice. 2 socket PCIe 5s on your power supply, only one is working properly. I mean, I know it's a hassle, but like you could RMA it right now so that you just don't have to like deal with that. Gotcha. Hopefully that works, Kiwasabi. Hopefully they get you a new one. The fans look great. I think they're all 120s. I'm pretty sure even these ones are 120s. Yeah, so we've got 120, 120, 120, 120, 120. Yeah, they're all the same size. They do look bigger. I know you have me questioning myself because they do look pretty big over there. But no, yeah, they're just 120s. It's a small case too, so that might affect how it looks. Play Minecraft on your Nintendo? Nice. Yeah, exactly. The case is kind of small, Kiramex. Yeah, you have to be really careful when you buy on Newegg sometimes. It's kind of dumb. Can't wait to be able to get a PC done by you. I unfortunately have a problem with wanting the best of the best. The market doesn't slow down enough for me to make a dang decision. That's true. You just gotta pull the trigger at some point, man. More in the audio, gotcha. It is super quiet. I'm right next to it. Like I could probably pull this off. So here's what it sounds like inside the case. It's quiet. Super, super quiet. And that's what the panel's not even on it. So once you put the side panel on, it's gonna be even more so. Home audio and car audio, gotcha. All right, y'all, that's it. We did it. PC's done. That is all we've got for tonight. It's time to get some software on this thing so I can get it shipped out the door in the next day or two. There will be an app to change the color of the lights. Yes. I'll try and use Signal RGB to start with. If that doesn't work, then we'll use ASRock's built-in software. But yeah, we'll see. But either way, there will be one, yeah. What about Altaria? Bleeding edge PC ain't no joke cost-wise. Yeah, I mean, a 5090 by itself is like almost $3,000. Just build your PC with a 56 Ti 16 gig, everything on my PC turned on, but I have no display, keyboard and mouse is off. That's weird. Could be that something isn't connected properly. All right, y'all. How much wood does computers cost? Yeah, check your connections and stuff to start with and make sure everything's plugged into the right spot. Okay, that is it for tonight. I appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate you guys hanging out and chatting. We will, we'll see you on the next one. If we get stuff in, we could potentially have a PC build Friday, but it might not be till next week. I have like 4 builds in the queue, but we're still waiting on parts on all of them right now. So we'll see if we have any more builds this week. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I go golfing on Friday. Who knows? All right, y'all. Have a great night. We'll see you on the next one. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Later. Uh, 3070 and a 12700K. Yeah, 1200 would be a good price point for that to sell. Or if you're buying it. If you can get it for 1200, that'd be great. Okay, I'm out. Bye. Bye.